So, Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, Salam Alaikum. So, myself, Pinkush Mittal, I'm the Regional Sales Manager for North in Microfocus. I am working with Microfocus for almost 2.5 years now. And the agenda for this presentation is to introduce what Microfocus and Borland is all about and why software testing is emerging as an edge for growing IT industry. So I have a small agenda. Rest Pooja will be covering in. It is introduction to Microfocus and Borland, why software testing is important, and why one should choose software testing as a career. So Microfocus is purely a software product company. So we have a global presence. We have a presence in more than 36 years of experience in IT industry. Our HQ is based out of UK, and Microfocus has acquired Borland ALM toolset in the year 2009. So these are the three areas where in which Microfocus operates. COBOL. So everybody might have heard of COBOL, common business oriented language, something, right? Okay, so in COBOL, we are the market leaders. We set industry standards for development and deployment. And couple of years back, we have modernized COBOL by making it more modernized and user friendly by adding visual element to it. That is called Visual COBOL. Now, Visual COBOL is the world's most powerful, precise, and high business computing language. Mainframe. So mainframe, we help customers to migrate their mainframe applications onto the low-cost hardwares by optimizing their IT expenditures. And Borland. So Borland, which is a key part of a session today. Besides Borland C++, Borland is also known as the world leader in software development lifecycle tools. So our tools plays a pivotal role at every stage of software development lifecycle, starting from requirement management, change and configuration management, building up a prototype, software testing, and delivering the final application. So we have an entire tool set around SDLC. So again, Borland is also recognized as a leader by Gartner. So Gartner is an industry body which estimates okay, this company is doing this much business in the market. So this is how we have been present in Gartner's Magic Quadrant as well. So this is the snapshot of a customer base globally. As you can see, we caters large amount of customers across all the verticals, be it IT, ITS, banking, insurance, e-commerce, and telecom, and many more. It means our tools is used by these companies across the globe, and they are using one or the other tool of Microfocus or Borland. So these are the key partners in India. You might have seen Wipro, TCS, Microsoft, SCL. So why I'm emphasizing on these partners, because they have established center of excellence for which they would definitely be needing a skilled professional in software testing. Again, this will be a door opener for you guys to directly apply in these organizations once you are well trained on Borland tools. Why software testing is important? Any guesses? Why software testing is important? We all book tickets on IRCTC every time site crashes, right? Page not found, server not found, site is not opening. That is a loss to the railway company. Why? Because of the application, because the performance of the application, functionality of the application. This is how they loses their business. So me as a customer, I move on to the other mode of communication. I don't go through railway. So there we loses the business. So that's why software testing plays a very important role for running the business applications. Testing market in India. India is known as the hub for software testing. Even the overseas companies comes to India for software quality assurance. NASSCOM, an industry body, estimates the testing business will grow by 50 billion by 2020. It is almost 3 folds from today. and even the companies invest almost one third of their IT budgets in software testing, right? Again, so this is the reason why we are here today, to bridge this skill gap in the market for software testing engineers. So again, you asked me like, okay, we do all the courses on Borland. We know what is software testing, types of tools, what are the career opportunities. So this is a snapshot. This is pretty old, almost like 6-7 months back. So I think the number might have increased. So if you want to go on these job portals, Naukri.com, Time, Shine, and there are many other job portals available nowadays. So there are like thousands of jobs available for software testing engineers. These jobs are still unfilled. Why? Because of resource crunch in the market for software testing. Again, you're not limiting yourself to be a software testing engineer. Again, it depend on your interest. You can choose between, you can be a business analyst, you can be a change and configuration management, you can be a project managers, you can be a QA heads. Again, it depends on your interest. So these are the different options which you can choose based on your what your interest in. You want to be a BA, you want to be a QA head, or you want to lead any of the projects. And this is the Indian Education Review. This is not what I'm saying. Says in next 5 years, software testing will employ 2 lakh professionals, engineers, software testing engineers. So, and I will ask you a question: are we ready to meet the expectations of the market? Are we ready? If you ask me today, we are not. But yes, there is a scope, and you yourself can pursue and go and get these opportunities in the market, because they are. I don't think so. There is any company who is giving you ki, okay, we have got 2 lakhs job opportunities in the market in next 5 years. No, but this is available with software testing. Software testing. So this review has been taken from the website only. This is not what I am saying. So guys, be ready, be focused, and this is the right time to choose your career. So then these jobs are waiting for you. With this, I thank you for giving me the opportunity to present Borland and Microfocus. Now my colleague Pooja, she will be walk you through what software testing is all about, why software testing importance, types of software testing, and what are the Borland tools we have around software development lifecycle. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you so much. Thanks.
मैम कॉलर माइक यूज करेंगे आप इससे बोलें रिकॉर्ड रखता हूँ आपको
Good morning, everyone. Hi. It's a great day to see so many youngsters, so much of Josh machines, to see that you're coming here to learn about testing, about the future of the software industry, and how testing is shaping it rather. So I wanted to always start off with these slides. Something that is very, very close to me as a history of software testing. In 1960s and around 1980s, testing was nowhere a concept at all. Everybody was so busy coding. How many of you have learned coding or part of it? How many times does it work? Okay. See, testing is not something like a big, giant mammoth or anything like that. It's pretty much easy. A tester is supposed to use just their common sense. That's all. and a bit of skills. And trust me, if you learn development, you can definitely learn testing. You know where the flaws are. Okay. So 1990s people, the industry started understanding the need of testing. Why? We'll see in a bit, the way the business perspective is changing for the world. And today, it is inevitable. Absolutely inevitable. Any project does not, which is supposed to be released into the market, whether it's an Android app, okay, or it's a simple ERP, okay, or a portal itself, an e-commerce portal, does not go not tested without getting tested at all into the market. It is imperative. And why? We'll see the reasons. Okay, this is not offices. I think, yeah, I'll choose to go manual live rather. So let's see what are the hows and whys of testing, how the industry views testing, how different it is from what you are learning into the books, and why you should think very, very seriously of becoming a tester. When I say a tester, you need not have a designation as a tester, okay? You can have the designation as a BA, a business analyst. You can also have the designation as a developer, all right? And you can also have designation as a tester, okay? So our industry, unfortunately, is still really backward in terms of the number of successful projects that are delivered worldwide. Now, these are very realistic statistics. As of today, guys, only 32% of the projects get delivered successfully. When I say 32% of the projects get delivered successfully, it means within the budget, within the timelines, or within the scope, okay? So, testing software or the tools industry and the services industry per se is somewhere around 4 billion plus per year worldwide. So, do you think an organization which is spending so much on testing need not spend on its testers or need not compensate its testers? I don't think so. Today, testers are being much more highly paid or much more highly compensated compared to their developer counterparts. Okay, so, and it's growing, by the way. So what Pinku showed, earlier, the testing industry is going to go much beyond 4 billion per year, and it's going at an exponential rate day by day. Last year, the same statistics were just $2 billion. This year, it's $4 billion. It's an exponential rate by which, the industry is growing. So you can understand the number of jobs we are going to create. Plus, as Forrester says, India is going to be the next testing hub of the world. So you can imagine, the amount of possibilities you have to grow into this industry itself. And something to give you a very nice glimpse of is that today, why testing is important. Right now, you just, because you're studying, I don't know how much you're aware of the industry standards per se. But do you know bookmyshow.com? Yeah? Do you know Flipkart? The sale was really nice, isn't it? Okay, Snapdeal. What happens if Flipkart posts this huge big ad which costs somewhere around 30 crores of bucks, okay, on Times of India, and the site crashes during the day? What happens? Any guesses? Loss of customers, loss of customers, very good. And loss of data. Okay. Business. Yeah, loss of business. And what happens to you? You say, yeah, Flipkart is a flop card. Let me go on to Snapdeal. Okay, that's what it means. You've lost your customer, your loyal customer base. And that doesn't stop there. For you as an end customer, it might mean just going on to snapdeal.com, okay? But what happens within Flipkart? Who is going to get beheaded? The project manager? Why? Because the testers didn't do their job well, or the developers didn't do their job well. So that's why testing has become extremely important, because the entire business industry is, going towards a supreme inclination onto, or a dependency upon the IT applications itself. So you can imagine, if Flipkart's business is so dependent upon its site, which is flipkart.com, if that is not tested, what happens? Everything goes to the boardroom, somebody is sacked. Okay? One very important thing, please consider this set of presentations as very, very informative. It's very light that I've put in. Okay, just if you have any questions, just throw them around. Okay. If you see the industry standards or the industry trends, they have been changing over a period of decade. Okay. Every decade there is a new evolution into the market. The first one was mainframes. Everybody knows that? Yeah. The second was client server technologies. Okay. There was a client and then there was a server somewhere in the US. Used to see that maybe like a Siebel or an ERP or an SAP. And then comes in the internet. Okay. And even now, how do you access your internet? Is it through the laptops mostly, or is it through the mobile? Perfect. Next time, after a decade, do you know how you will be accessing it? Has anybody got any idea? What's the upcoming next industry? Cloud computing is more of a flop now. What's the next industry? Mobile is like a handset, something. What's the next? Have you seen watches now being launched? Have you seen have you seen a lens? Perfect. Those are bio devices. The next era is going to go on the bio devices. So you can imagine technically how the industry is changing. Okay. And so is the development model. So is the testing model, which changes across. Clear? The complexities have never been greater. Trust me, for a developer, somebody who learned to develop an SAP system, okay, has now been replaced because the company wants to use a salesforce.com. It's an online service which helps you to, cater to your own ERP requirements. Mobiles. How many of you are planning to buy a mobile? Or upgrade their mobiles? Do you get confused while searching for some? Yeah? Ek 4,000 ka hai, ek 10,000 ka hai. Okay, and within the same range you have like so many companies around. The system is really very, very wide, and it's absolutely unmanaged. It's not unlike the engineering industry, which is very, very standardized. IT industry has not been standardized, and that's probably the reason why it's changing the shape of the industry. Okay. And anything that is not tested can become, can really ruin a business completely. How many of you use Amazon? All right. Do you think you can open it on any mobile or a tablet? Does it fit into the screen? Testers? We test that every day. Arey yaar, ye to, it's going out of the screen. When you open Amazon in the browser onto your mobile devices, it does not fit in. Till date, Amazon has not been able to get over this problem. Okay. And because of this, a lot of customers do choose to go on to alternate sites, which of course Amazon does invest in. But that's it. That's the way it is. Any issue, any smallest of the issues can actually rip off a major chunk into the businesses, okay, or the money that the businesses can generate. Has anybody known about, because you guys are young, I would ask the teachers, income tax returns online file kiye, right? Do you know the first time they made it online, the site crashed like anything. Okay, that's like a perfect example. People just couldn't, upload their returns online. They still had to go to those Pragati Maidans and the offline counters. Why? And that was like such a major put off. Why? Because the site was actually just tested for 500 users load. Whereas, look at the Indian population. It's huge. What do you think? Isn't there a gap? And the first word comes is, that's really dumb. Isn't it? The next year, fortunately, Indian government learned from it and they tested the site for 1,80,000 users. The site did okay, pretty well. The next year, they tested it for 5 lakh user load. And till date, you can see, when you actually file your returns online, there's hardly any issue. I do that. The first year, because I knew it, that is one of my customers, so I did not bother to file it online. So guys, let's quickly look, now that I have told you how the industry works, what is the industry size, and what kind of jobs you can expect as a tester, as a business analyst who knows testing, as a developer who knows testing. Okay, let's see how the industry looks at testing. In what formats, in what names and nomenclature does the industry understand it? The first one is a manual tester. And what is a manual tester? Who opens Amazon.in or Amazon.com on his mobile and says, "Arey yaar, ye to fit nahi ho raha." Or this click is not working, that click is not working. That's a manual tester. Okay. Manual testing still comprises of somewhere around 70% of the share in the testing industry, although it's gradually decreasing a lot. But as of today, it comprises somewhere between 65% to the 70% of the industry. The major problem is, you want to become a manual tester, you can be sure of you're not getting paid enough. You can't even go and buy an iPhone for sure. Okay. So the next is functional testing, which is more towards automation, okay, wherein you use industry standard tools to make sure that the application is perfectly tested. Now that requires a lot of skill set. That requires, one, that you know a bit of development, a bit, not all of it. Two, you understand the application. So ideally, a tester is a mix of a developer and a BA. Okay. Third, you know technology and the tool. So there are many tools in the market that you can use, whether it could be open source or like Borland, which are proprietary, or from IBM or from HP. Okay, there are many tools that have come into the market, into the testing industry, although the leaders remain just three, which is Micro Focus, IBM and HP. This is one of the most commonly, I would say, the first job that you would actually land in. Okay. Some of the more interesting fields and the more highly compensated fields are performance testing, because performance testing cannot be done manually. And a performance testing single license costs somewhere between 1 crore to 2 crores. So an organization which spends that much on a single project would obviously want the testers to be good and highly compensated. Okay. So performance testing is another area that you might want to look into. It's HP and Micro Focus are the world leaders in it. unfortunately IBM doesn't stand. It's a mid-tier competition. And some of the most interesting areas and ones which does not have too many testers, or say, let's say, even people around, is security testing. Security testing at the code level, security testing at the application level, and those need a hacker mind. Okay, so testing is superbly widespread. Choose the area that you want to go to. Personally speaking, I would not expect you to go into manual testing. Okay, because it's not very highly compensated, unfortunately. But obviously, complete testing, you can become manual testers and then choose to go on to functional and automation testing. But ideally, I would say that, start learning tools, start digging into the data onto the Google as to, what are the tools from IBM or Borland or HP, and how you can, just start using one of them. Security testing is actually a big gamut, and a big billion-dollar company again today's world, because you can understand internet is absolutely vulnerable. Okay, so you might want to look into this. Fortify, from which HP has unfortunately acquired very recently, currently is going down, but it might come up hopefully from the next year onwards. Is a giant in security testing. Symantec, McAfee, those are the ones, when you say security, you just think about from an antivirus perspective. From a software perspective, think